everybody. Happy Friday. The first official full week of April is over. Mostly say that because last week we had a day of March in there. That Monday was a March. I hope everyone had a good week. I'm gonna be honest. Mine was not the best. But I'm not gonna bring anybody down about it. It's just not been, like I said, the bestest. All right. Kind of waiting for things to catch up here. I am going to go ahead and we're going to kind of get started, but I just want to make sure we're kind of live and going okay. All right. I'm going to turn my sound down. Hi, Kelly. I'm going to move my mouse out of the way so I don't actually click it. Hi, Shalana. Birthday buddy. Oh, I guess I got to switch my things around. Hello, hello, hello. I am going to quick switch over to my desk camera because you guys aren't here to see me. You're here to see the crafting. Let me do that first. Hi, Jamie. I have a piece of Lunchbox cardstock. We are going to make a groovy birthday card for Christopher. Hello, Melissa. So we're going to start with Christopher's favorite color, which is orange, and make him a card because obviously it's the birthday week, and today is Sunday is his birthday. Hello, Amanda from Salem. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Kate. And so I decided we're going to use some of the new release. I did link it in the description box on the Brutus Monroe and on my channel. It is in the chat up at the beginning. They are affiliate links. So that doesn't just means that if you do place an order with that, I get a little bit of a tip kickback kind of for that. But it doesn't cost you anything extra. Hi, Annie. How are you? So I have a little bit of an idea just on what products I want to use tonight, but I don't necessarily know how the card is going to turn out. I think I do, but I do have a little bit prep done, but a lot of it we're going to just kind of play by the sound of fly by the seat of our pants like I usually do. I have the stencil of the month, which, and I see we're a little fuzzy. So let's see if I can get us to focus a little bit. There we go. Go up like this. It focuses. It might, because I have that shininess right there. See if we can move that over and kind of hide our. Okay, what happened? There we go. Try to hide that so you're not getting shined by my overhead light. We've got Jacqueline cardstock. This is the stencil of the month, the Geo stencil. I'm going to go ahead and put my magnets down. Off to the left over here, I have my little stencil bin. If you haven't seen that before, there is, I don't know if on the website if there's a black one and a white one right now, but I know there was a white one. It's a bin. I can show it to you at the end if you want. And I just fill it with water and a little bit of our matte mist cleaner. This is not it, but it looks like this. It says matte or stencil cleaner. Spray that in there, and I'm going to put that off to the side. So tonight we're going to use some candy coat in orange. Now I am only going to do this once, but I do have 2 samples, and you guys can help me decide which one we like better. So this is a fun gel. If you haven't seen this before, let me see if I get that up close, nice and thick. I'm not using any kind of pixie spray, and I am just going to do this kind of wild and willy-nilly. Now I will say candy coat is one of those that you need a more wide open stencil because it has these little bits. I don't know if you can see the little bits. When we get one dry, I'll show you. There's like little pieces of kind of chunky glittery type things. You can see them kind of maybe here, but it's without me lifting it, it's hard to see. And an intricate stencil, it isn't going to work as well. So I know Sarah likes to use and go super heavy. I tend to be a little bit more lighter. It doesn't, either way works. Like this one's going to be put off to the side to panel, and I have one all done up and ready. I might as well just go through the whole stencil here. And then I'm just gonna, what I do is I just kind of get the excess off. And then for me and mine, hi Tia, how are you? I like to take all of my gels like this and tap them and get them off. Now the candy coat doesn't come with a little plastic piece on top like the glitter gels do. Like here's like this, but I've never had any problems with any of them drying out. So, all right. So we're gonna pull that off. And I'm gonna grab a baby wipe here real quick. Oh, and I gotta turn my fuse on here so it starts to warm up. We're gonna do a little foiling tonight. Ah, I saw this hack about how to get it so your baby wipes only come out one at a time, and I haven't done it yet. Supposedly if you put a rubber band or a hair tie on each side, when you go to pull it out, only one won't come out. I'll have to do that later. Hi, Namina, is that how I say it? From Orlando, another Floridian. I'm not from Florida, but we have a couple other Floridians here. So I'm going to wipe that off quick, and then I'm going to show you. Actually, let's pull this up. This is where you're going to see some of the bits, because you're going to see them. Some of them, if they're on the stencil, they might come up with my stencil. I'm going to wipe this up here quick so I don't accidentally set anything in there. I just cleaned my cloths. All right. Well, welcome, welcome. All right, here we go. Ready for the reveal? All right, it's going to be kind of hard to see. Of course, it's shiny. So I'm going to go ahead and set this off to my little stencil bin I said that's cleaning. I always flip them upside down, and so that it starts to kind of sit. Now, what I like to do is I kind of like to push in the little bits on the side. I'll probably cut this down, but you can kind of see there's little pieces of like glittery plasticky things that are super shiny. I'll show you one here in just a minute, but they dry. And you can tell here's where I got it extra thick, so it's kind of a big glob. I'm going to just kind of hit it with my finger, and so it's not quite so bad. So I'm just kind of, yeah. So, oh, Annie, I didn't know that. Well, welcome to your sister. So my sister was here too. I think she's still here. Go put that off to the side to dry. My sister Tia was just here. So sister night. All right. Now, through the magic of TV, here is one that's finished. Now, it's not exactly the same. Obviously, I did it kind of at an angle and I didn't worry about it all, but I wanted to show you. Look at how shiny and fun that is. So you see lots of little glittery bits. You can see those plastic pieces. Now you can see here, whew, my fuse is getting hot. That I didn't get it perfect, but I'm okay with that. See, like here it's thinner, here it's thicker. So I wanted to get this done right away because I wanted to show you that and let that get drying. And now we're going to do quick some foiling. Now I have not used the foiling here, this on our live before. So if you haven't seen the dual foils, here is the birthday balloons dual foil. I haven't even opened it yet. So I'm actually going to just take it out of its box because we're going to foil with this tonight. I kind of was trying to decide what I wanted to do. We're still going to use some of the Groovy release, but I thought I'd like to use some of this. So if you look, here's the different, there are 4 panels. These are foilable. I can't promise that these are foilable. I haven't done enough experimenting with them. I don't think they are. But I know the black ones are. So here you can see the black. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm thinking because of the orange, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to foil this one. Yes, Kate, it has character. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and I need to tighten this. I will tell you that the fuse is getting strong smelling. It's hot already. So we're going to get that done and get it turned off. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this down, and you cut it down using your measurements. Be close. That's close enough for me. And then I'm going to cut this one down to 4 1/4. So it was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to put these aside. I don't know if I'm going to, we might foil more than one. Let's cut this one up. We might foil this one. Maybe we'll foil this other one too while we're waiting, right? All right. So now I could not, I like the subtle color on color too. I've kind of falling more in love with monochromatic type of cards. We're going to have some color, but I do like the subtle tone on tone. Oh, I told you I had 2. I also did it on some Raven, and look at the difference. I mean, it's super shiny, but that black kind of comes through. And the reason I did this is because it reminds me of Halloween, and Halloween is, Christopher loves Halloween. So I thought, you can see all those plastic bits. So I haven't decided which one I'm going to use yet. You guys can maybe help me decide. You can think about that while we're doing the foiling. I grabbed some of our orange sketch. I don't do enough foiling on live, so I thought maybe we should foil. Now, what I like to do is these come in, I think they're the longer 6 by 12 inch. I cut mine directly in half, and then I pull it out and stick them both in one section so that they're all together. And I actually have a couple that are A2 size already, so I'm going to pull those out. So then what I just do is I pull the whole thing out like this. So you can see here's my other section. And I just go ahead and I stick it inside the lid because the top part has a sheet, you know, like a cover sheet, like a folder sheet. And I can stick them all inside like this, keep them nice and flat. And then this is the piece that it came in. And they're already cut to size because I'm only gonna ever foil a 12 by 12. I mean, I have some slimline foilable things, but I don't use them that often, so I just cut them down. All right, so I've got some orange sketch here. I could not find my Gina K carrier sheet, and I don't have any clue. So I have one of the ThermoWeb carrier sheets. You can buy them, or just some parchment paper. Hi, Mama. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull this up so we can, I mean, I know it's not super fun to watch, but this is one of the reasons. Ouch. I bought the fuse. Is that we could foil on camera. So, hi, Isis. It's Friday. You got your Brutus Monroe order today, so you're inventorying and going from there. So happy you're here. Woohoo! Rough week at work. Did I say I was? Is that supposed to be happy to be here? Oh, thanks. You know, that's just something I did when I was kind of organizing my craft room. Isis, I'm gonna unload a little bit. Yes, it's been a week. So as of you guys know, I work for a real estate company. And in the building, we also have a insurance agent's office, an ATM or not ATM business, a credit card processing business, an accountant, and then we have a private office that's being rented by some people or by a company. Well, our oh, doing cartwheels. Okay. Well, my boss is also a partner in the and his one of his best friends it runs with the credit card company. Well, unfortunately, they were on vacation, and on their way back, one of the men in the credit card company had an issue and he is now in critical condition in the hospital, and we don't know. So if you are a praying person out there, I would ask for all the prayers to be sent in the direction of New Mexico because he's not doing well right now. So it's been a couple of days. But I have hope and all that stuff, and we're here to craft and have some fun and let's celebrate. We got a birthday, you know. I mean, I had a birthday this week. Walter's birthday was yesterday. Shalana's birthday was on Sunday. Penny, Penny, you're gonna be mad at me, I know. Is it Monday? Or is it Saturday? Is it tomorrow? I get so confused because we have so many. And Christopher's is Sunday. His name is Dennis. Tomorrow, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you, Penny. Penny is our behind our scenes lady. She is tomorrow. You're before Christopher. That's what I want. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was the 14th. So we've got lots of birthdays, and it's just we got to focus on some positive things, right? Send the positivity out in the air. All right. So I just ran that through my fuse on 4. I really like the fuse because I've had lots of good luck with the fuse. You can use a laminator, you can use a Royal Sovereign, you can use the Mink, what everything, but I really do like the fuse. So I do see I got a little wrinkled on there, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. We might have to run it through again, but we're going to do this now. I haven't done these. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I know that's how Christopher does it. Look at how beautiful that is. It's like perfect. I mean, I'm going to pull it up as close as I can. There's like no black marks. And then I can use this with a foilable. They have black foilable toner sheets, and I can do that, and I can cut that out, and I could do it with 2 different colors. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then here's our balloon one. 1, 2, 3, go. Woohoo! Look at that. And it's just a subtle. It's very subtle. And I can tell you by looking at it, there are no missed spots. So it foils so pretty. Okay, I saw froze for a second. Okay, there we go. So I am leaning towards this one, but I also think I want this one on the inside. So because I think that's fun. Because you know what? It is a fabulous color with this panel. But I am so happy that Christopher was born because they're here to be together because of him and his company. So awesome. All right. So I did a little tiny bit of prep work ahead of time. And I'm not going to show that part on camera if I can find it now. What did I do with it? All right. So let's get stuff out of the way that I don't need. I cut, yes, here it is. So this is the nested oval dies that come in the inspiration box. So if you got the inspiration box this month, this die comes with it. If you did not and you want to, this is not available separately. I don't know if it will be available separately, but right now it's in the box and it is fabulous. So I used the big one of these. And I have like an 80-pound cardstock that's just in my stash. I created a top folding card base and I cut it out using this by just leaving a little bit of a lip. So I did that off scram. I actually did that this weekend because I was going to create a card and then I decided to save it for today. I also created a panel with just white to cover so that it hides that little spot at the top. Okay. That's how you can cut a second one to kind of hide that spot from the front. And then I will line it up when we glue it. I'll do it in a few minutes. Well, when we glue it together, if we need to, we can trim a little bit off the bottom. So we're going to make a shaped card. So now this is where I'm on the fence. I think this is going to have to go in the inside. That's just my thing. So we're going to cut that out. So we'll do die cutting. Now, where do we want to use the, do we want to use pattern paper or should we cut this out? This is where I'm thinking we should do some of both. I'm thinking we're going to use this one. Okay. Are you guys okay with that one? And then this, is this the paper pad I wanted? No, I want the orange glow paper pad. Did I pull the orange glow paper pad? I did not. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I gotta figure out where I put it. I had the whole thing sitting right here. And my whole release was right here. Now, where did my orange glue paper pad go? All right, well, I lost it. So I guess we're not going to use it. I wanted to use the orange glow. Anybody see my orange glow paper pad? Let's check one more spot. All right. Well, we'll use the flower power one. That's fine. It'll work. They just had some pretty orange papers. Let's see here. We're going to go through and find a color that will work. Thinking we're just going to go ahead and grab. Sorry, I was just looking at them all. I'm actually going to lean towards the smiley face one. It has fabulous colors with that one because I like the black and it's going to be mostly covered anyway. And we're just going to add in a little extra color. Now you see why I wanted the orange glow, but I'm like surprised I don't see it. So we're going to cut this down and it's going to be just a slightly smaller than this panel. And then on this, yeah, he might have, no, it's here somewhere. It all came at once and I was trying to put it all away and it's been just a little, So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine and I'm going to cut this one down. And then I'm thinking I'm going to use one more smaller than that. That's what's so fun about this die. And I'm going to cut this down. Okay. So let's trim this just a little bit. So we're going to add some of that black. Estella, hello. I see you waving at us. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I got to do that. Sorry, I got to turn around on you guys for a second here. Throw this paper pad in. So Penny, do you have any fun plans for tomorrow? Not that you have to tell us. I got my birthday wish. My birthday wish was to come home early from work, which I got to do. And I took a nap. And then I had hamburgers or cheeseburgers. And that is what I wanted. I wanted a cheeseburger. I heard from the kids. So, okay. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know where I put that. I moved it because I know I just got, okay, so I'm going to tell you straight out, this was thicker because I have that candy coat on there. So I'm going to have to run this through it one more time because that candy coat is very thick. So I'm going to need a shim. I did not realize that when I did it. So I'm going to throw in a shim. I have if I can show you here, I have this metal shim that I got. And I just put that in there. I do have the spell binders. And I do have the universal cutting plates, but I do like to use this metal shim every once in a while. We'll just throw that in there, cut it one more time. That should do it. Yeah, I'm adding that little bit. Going out for dinner, that's okay. Your favorite, both your kids, your family, awesome. That's awesome. 13 for dinner. Yeah, good thing you are not cooking. And then you forgot to set your reminder and watch the live from like 2 days ago. Oh, that's okay. That's always good. You can play catch up. It's, we got somebody going live basically every night of the week. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and, we need to cut out one more. So here is the basis of my card so far. And then this is where I have to decide we're going to do this. I want to cut out this. I'm so happy you're alive. And I'm just using the dies to measure. But of course, because my magnet is so small, I am looking like that's the perfect one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out quick, and then we're done die cutting. So let's see, my sister, who was here earlier, her birthday was last week too. And I have a couple of college friends who have birthdays this upcoming week or so. So it's been a birthday fun. Now I am going to save this because I'm going to use this little strip here for something later. I'm just, because it's a nice pattern paper, it makes a nice sentiment strip. Like, I mean, look at how great that would just be right there. So I'm going to save that piece. Now we're going to start putting this together, and then we're going to kind of decide what to do. And I know we're running, it's almost 7:30, but I am going to go ahead, and if we will need to, we can move on to another card. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add some ATG to my card base. And I am going to add a little bit of liquid glue as well. But I'm going to use the liquid glue on the card base itself. I'm sorry for I know I do apologize for this usually each week, but for some reason the phone likes to refocus every single time. I'm going to have to do some research. I keep forgetting to it. Yeah, Kate, isn't that awesome having so much of your family together? I love it when I can have a lot of my family together. Because I come from a really big family. So my son was traveling overseas, and he actually texted my youngest, and I couldn't believe it. He actually texted me on my birthday. I mean, I don't mean that to sound that way, but he was overseas and he got me a text message at like 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, just as I was getting into work, and said, "Happy birthday. I don't know if this will catch to you before I land back in the States." So I texted him back right away and said, "Yes, it did. Thank you. Have a good rest of your trip." So I thought that was kind of cool. So now look at how fun this is. You can use either side with these dies. If you change your mind, we could change our mind and we could do this. What do you guys think? Do we like the rainbow, or do we like the flowers? I'm kind of leaning more towards that rainbow. Rainbow's A. We'll do the Christopher way. Rainbow's A. Flowers B. What do you think? I'm kind of leaning, like I said, towards those rainbows. So I'm going to just kind of make the executive decision, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I do like having these daisies. These are kind of fun. Oh, the smiley flowers. Okay, I got to vote for smiley flowers. Okay. A. I got an A. I got a B. I got a B. I got a B. I got two Bs. I got an A. Oh, you like both. All right. It's smiley flowers. That's what landed up like. I threw it up in the air and it landed on smiley flowers. Okay. I mean, I was thinking the smiley flowers because it adds just enough of a little bit of extra around the outside in color and different. And I know we said we're making a groovy card. So we'll use the other stuff and make those too. I usually like flowers too, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. See what people said. We've got that other card base too, so we can make another. It just won't be a shaped card. We've got more product to play with. All right, we got that, and we're going to center that right here in the center here. And look at how great this. So this is so easy. Okay, A. So this would be so easy to just, I mean, look at this. You couldn't change this card for anything. It can be, and I will tell you in person, I mean, you can see it like that. In person, it's really cool. So when I want to do this a lot so you kind of see that, but then this will be fun. It'll be a fun, almost glued it shut. Look at, and it kind of rocks too. So we've got that card. And I'm going to leave the inside white. We are going to put this here because then I can put my message up here. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there because I am so happy he was born. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. That's kind of what I was thinking. But then when I saw the rainbows, it was kind of like, oh, I kind of like the rainbows too with the black. But all right. I don't know if I put that on straight, but it's straight. All right. So we've got this. Now we need a focal point. And I did pull a birthday stamp set. It's one, I believe it's still available. It might be in the birthday sale, but I did, if I had the Groovy stamp set here, which I may have moved briefly because I wasn't sure. Yes. Okay, so I have the Groovy Vibes stamp set, and I don't have the daisy stamped out yet. I will tell you that, and this is a mess right now because I just threw these in here. I did have the coordinating SVG, and I used them with the negatives and I will show you. I believe, where did I put those? Here. So what I did, I used my SVGs and I put them out far on a piece of paper and then I cut them into squares. And then I used these as, stamped my stamp and my MISTI and put these down. And then I cut out a bunch of the images. So I'm thinking that I'm going to use, let's see, I don't have the daisy hearts done, any of the small daisy hearts. But I'm thinking we'll do one of these since I have the daisies. And maybe we'll do one of the butterflies, and then we're going to stamp out a sentiment, a birthday sentiment. And that will be our first card. And then hopefully we can make a second card fairly quickly. So the stamp set that I grabbed, that I'm now changing my mind about, I was thinking of using this happy birthday from the fall floral stamp set, but I think instead I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the sentimentals. And I'm looking to see the different birthdays. I am going to go with this one. I always get, this one is super sentimental, and we're gonna go with this one here. It's got the little, I think that'll be perfect to go right there. Okay, so we're gonna do some very, very quick coloring. Not a lot of blending or anything. Just gonna grab some markers here. I'm gonna grab, this is all that's left of my my Copic markers. I don't even know, to be honest with you, if they work because they were starting to dry out. So we're just gonna grab those. I'm gonna grab my cheaters here. We're gonna color these up quick. So we're gonna try to match our colors just a little bit on that we were using from our stamp set. And we will just color them in quickly. If I do not see your comments, please forgive me, because I don't always see very well when I put my cheaters on, because I need to look um, almost like bifocals. I can only use them for when I'm coloring. So we're just going to quickly color this. I don't know if I have the right blue per se, because it's more of a blue-green, but it's fine. We'll make it work. What I think I'll do is we're going to color this light blue here. Oh yeah, see, this marker is drying out. So we're just going to quickly try to see if we can scribble some of those in to give that color. I told you my markers are, so I'm very quickly switching over to Olos. And let's just check. Yep, this is dried up. So in the garbage you go. And then we're going to grab this greeny color. Let's see if this works. I'm okay with that. This will work. This is a G40. It's a very, very pale light green, but it will mix with that blue. Just enough. And then I'll grab a different light blue and throw in a little bit more color just to kind of make it. That's making it look more the right color. Like I said, that's a little bit more blue, so we can throw in just a little bit more green. And it will work. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and just grab whatever green is handy here to color in the leaves. We're doing very fast coloring. Where was that? Let's go with that greeny blue color here. We'll do that on the bottom here. So I am from, I live in Iowa, for those of you who, if you didn't know that. And I will have to tell you that I'm a little excited because I'm sure they're already available, if possible, down by Miss Penny. But I saw on the Facebook today that the morels are popping up. Morel mushrooms are popping up here in Iowa. So that means my honey and I are going to be picking them pretty soon. So the closest one was Jackson County, which is a couple counties away. We're probably a couple weeks out yet, but I'm super excited. I'm just going to pick a couple of colors. I'm going to throw in some purple because that's my favorite color. And then we'll throw in some orange just to make it a little bit more fun. We'll make this orange. Like I said, my markers are kind of drying up here, so I don't like to try to color too much on camera just because nobody really wants to sit and watch somebody color for too long. So a couple things I should mention that the CYOE challenge is live on the Facebook page. It is to create a sketch. I don't know if I have my sketch right in front of me right this second. Hi, Anne. First time viewer. You're in Granger. I am in Guttenberg, Anne. So I'm on the Mississippi River. I don't know if I know where Granger is. So I'm in the northeast corner. Oh, he is already, Penny. That's awesome. It's a little early for us yet. But the CYOE challenge is a sketch, and the sketch is basically just to, maybe we'll play with the sketch after we're done with this card. Try to come up with a quick card using that sketch, because it doesn't take much to come up with a, you just need to use it as a base. And then you use that on the Facebook page and with the CYOE challenge, and you're entered in to win a possible $25 store credit. It's a random draw that I draw at the end of the month. And so anyone can join. You can do 2 projects. Let's get those out of the way. And then I also want to remind you guys that it's Freebie Friday weekend. With a $50 order, you can get the bunch of balloons. Is that what it's called, I believe? Is that right, Penny? Die. And there is a coordinating stencil that you can also buy that you can stencil and then use the dies to cut out the balloons. And that will automatically add to your cart at $50 from now until till supplies last, or till Sunday night. I know Christopher's birthday bash is going on over on the BrutusMonroeEvents.com page, and there are 40% off items there. So that was, they moved it to there, so it made it a little easier to find the items that were on sale and to not kind of really clog up the site so much. Okay, you grew up near Independence. Okay, I know where Independence is. I used to stop there to the Pizza Ranch. So now you're near Des Moines. Okay. Bunch of balloons, $50. And then there's, oh yeah, the $60 incentive stamp, which is this stamp set called Brighter Day. And you also, there is an SVG that will cut these items out. So see, I have one right here. They cut out so well. Maybe we'll save this. I might have to do a little more coloring though. And then Christopher's birthday box, if you order it, I think he said by Monday, you would get it in time. The class is next weekend. And or you can just get the box, or you can just do the class, and the class is next weekend. So I wanted to kind of remind you guys all that. Thank you, Penny, for the links. We're going to go ahead and stamp out our happy birthday. Here, we're going to do some white because we're going to add a little bit more white to this, but I think I'm going to stamp it in some yellow ink or orange ink to tie in with our orange. I don't know if I'm going to emboss it though. I think I'm just going to grab some traffic cone here. So those are some housekeeping items. So there's a lot of good things over in the Birthday Bash site. So, and then I know there's a few items still in the Brutus Monroe outlet store. You're also welcome to check that out. I know they're going to be adding some other things too. So I wanted to mention those things in general. So, all right, we've got traffic cone ink. And then I think I'm going to see if I can cut this out with this die. The incentive stamp is, and Freebie Friday, yes, is only available on the Brutus Monroe website and Scoozy's site, which Scoozy's is the candy store, and that is, you can click that. But the incentive stamp does not come on the events page or the outlet page. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut this out with the oval die to kind of go with the theme of everything. And then we will move on to the next card because we will have one done. So I know I will tell you, if you did not watch our live packing on Wednesday with the fulfillment team, if you go back and watch it, they gave a sneaky peek to next month's inspiration box theme. And it's a good one. So if you want to, you can go back on Wednesday's live packing Wednesday. And I think it was the brick. I think it's titled something about bricks, because you got a free, for every $25, you got a brick, which gave you a free gift. Yep, that's going to be perfect, just like that. And there was a sneaky peek for that. So, all righty. We've got this. Gonna glue that down. I like to use liquid glue because we are on top of a medium like this candy coat. Oh, that is not straight. I'll fix that. And then we're gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna pop these guys up. I have a little foam tape right here. I'll use that on here. And then I will grab some off of the roll on the other side of the rim. Somewhere here I have a sheet that I can stick that to. The SCD, yes, the SCD New Day collection is out and available. If you have not seen that, it is beautiful. I can show you the, you have the beautiful rub-ons. That come with it, that you can order with it. And I don't know if my stamp set is right handy. Yes. The stamp set called New Day. I have a rub on it, and then there is some coordinating dies that go with it as well. And then we have the Dollhouse embossing powder. And then there is a stencil called the Spotlight stencil. I do not have it yet. It's on its way to me. That will work with that stamp set as well. We also this week had the City View release, which if you haven't checked that out, that is got some amazing chipboards, some new creative cards, which I am just loving. A new dual foil, along with on the one side of the dual foil is a Christopher designed it to go along with the new sentiment strip die, which is part of the birthday box, the stamp set. It is an addition to the birthday box, but the stamp set, you'll be able to cut out a bunch of sentiments with it, and there'll be more coming from. So here is card number 1. So we got about 15 minutes. So let's see if we can sneak another card out here quick. All right. I got a card base. We got this beautiful panel thing here. So let's cut this down. If I can find my cutter, we're going to cut this down to about, I'm going to do 4. And I'm going to do a little bit off each side so I don't take off too much because I want all the glitteriness of that, by 5 1/4. Okay. So we've got that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put that down right away. Thank you, Isis. It was fun. I knew I wanted to make a shaped card with this die. Oh, I just ran out of tape. That's a good thing. We're going to go back to glue then. So we'll stick this guy on here quick. And stick this as straight as I can. So we made Christopher a birthday card. Now we're going to let's make Penny a birthday card quick. She won't get it in the mail in time, but thank you. So we're going to use this die. I think this will be fun. Instead of using the die here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. Yep, we're going to cut it down just a little bit. But I'm going to cut it this way. Okay? So give me just a second to run this through my die cut machine. And I will grab that sketch actually, and I will show you what the sketch is because it's sitting right here. The CYOE challenge is based on this sketch. So it's a very big one. When I printed it, I mean to make it full screen. So the black is my white card base. Then this gray part is my card panel. So now we need a focal image. You can use this if you want. And what I'm going to do instead for my focal image, I'm going to use this like decorative edge is going to be my piece like this. And I'm actually going to put it this way. Okay. And then we need a focal image. And then we need a sentiment strip. So that is where I'm going to grab my, this is the die of the month called Silly Strips. I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and we're going to cut some out very quickly. Here, I'm going to cut out both. One quick cut. This one I'm going to cut out of, actually we'll use, I'm going to use that. Where's that piece of paper? Where's that piece of scrap? We're going to use this. See, we're going to cut this out with this skinny little strap right here. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this out with some white. Actually, I might use more jack-o'-lantern. I haven't decided yet. Yep, we're going to do jack-o'-lantern. So I'm going to run those through real quick. Okay, so we're going to get this through. The only thing I like to try to do is keep it straight. And I apologize for, like I said, die cutting off camera, but it's just die cutting machine. Nothing fancy, no sandwich needed, or just doing what my machine tells me to do. Okay. Oops, I lost one of my strips. So we've got this strip. See how perfect those cut? Yes, and that's awesome to say happy birthday, everyone. There's actually 3 of them right here, but that one, you know, it wasn't perfect. That's fine. And then I'm gonna grab this and some jack-o'-lantern. Actually, I already have some jack-o'-lantern cut out, so I'm just gonna grab one. We're already got that done. So we're gonna go ahead and put that. See, we're gonna get that, and we've got this little sentiment strip, and it can go just like that. And then this is where you can deviate. You can do it however you want. Instead of a focal image, we can just put our happy birthday on there. So let's go ahead and, did I already put this down on a card base, didn't I? I wonder if I can get that off of there. And I'll tell you why I want to do that. Okay. It's going to tear. We're going to change this up a little bit, and that's okay. We can do that. We're going to cut this off. And I'm going to just trim it down a little bit on each side. We're going to mat it one more time. We're going to add it to a jack-o'-lantern card base. Okay. So we want a little bit more jack-o'-lantern in there. So I could cut it all the way down, but we're just going to do a jack-o'-lantern. So quickly cut this in half. 5.5. I've been using a lot of jack-o'-lantern this week, I can tell you that much. In my scoreboard, I'm going to score this at 4.5. Or 4.25. I'm sorry, 4.25. It's funny. My bedroom door is shut because Fletch was being naughty before the live, and he was stealing Daddy's pillow, and then he tried to steal it again. So I locked him out of the bedroom because my bedroom is just right over here. Well, he must. I opened the bathroom to fill my water bottle. See, or fill my water up, and he now is hiding in the bedroom behind closed doors. We're gonna add this quick. This will be fast. So we'll add this here quick. That actually helps pop it just a little bit. That little bit of white breaks up the orange, so it's not super orangey, but yet we still have it. And then here is where you have your choice. So you could actually, you know, matte them again so that you have your orange on white, but I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna glue this down. I think we're gonna pop this up actually. I'm gonna pop this up. And now you could do it this way, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it this way. So I don't have my sentiment piece yet, but that's okay. And then we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use my glue, and we're gonna glue this down. What I like to do when I'm doing this sketch, because so I'm just, like I said, I'm following this sketch, is glue it down. Okay, we're gonna use the grid lines because my zero gravity ruler is on its way. We have a new ruler at Brutus Monroe that's a zero gravity, or zero gravity, zero measure, not gravity. where it'll go 0 to 6, I believe, and then it goes 3 to 0 and 0 to 3. So you can center it. So I'm really excited for that. It's clear, and then it has all the measurements, like down to a 16th. So we got that. And then on our sketch, this says sentiment goes here. That's fine. We can still do the sentiment. And this is actually where I can steal this and put this on here, which is what I'm going to do, because then I can use this piece and I can cover up the spot that it doesn't. And I still have some more pieces that I use. Like I can use this piece on the inside to tie it together. Or you could do multiple. I could do another layer, which is maybe when we could do another layer right here and do another. So I just want to say, this sketch does not have to follow the sketch exactly. It's just for inspiration. And obviously I would want to know if you're going to change it up a little bit, it should still represent somewhat of the sketch, but, oh, thank you. Yeah, zero gravity. And I used the wrong one here. So we're going to go ahead and just put this on. And put that on just like that. It's off just a little bit because it's longer. Cut that down. And we have the basis of our card here. So the only thing you really need to do now is find a focal point and a sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and move that off to the side. And we will grab, I'm going to go grab for my little bin of pre-stamped items. So I have a whole little bin of some pre-stamped and pre-cut items. Not saying we're going to use them, but I just thought I'd see what I had for Brutus Monroe that's already done. Maybe I have something. Maybe I don't. It doesn't look like there's anything that's going to work right now, but I did want to look because that is something I'm trying to do more of, is use up stuff that I already have done. So, if you were going to do something different, I have a little from the die from last time, or there's a little foxy guy, but these aren't really going to work for our birthday card. We've got our little owl, but, that's fine. We'll go through and we'll grab one of our images. What did I say I wanted to use? Let me see. What do we think? I don't think I like that. So we're going to go to our stamp set and grab another item and color it up quick. So let's grab, I already used that one on one. Let's see what else is there. I'm going to use the heart, the heart. Yeah. So we've got our little focal image here. So that's going to work for me. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to color it up. We're going to color it up with some of the fun colors that are in here. I'm thinking maybe I'll try to grab a light red color. Maybe this R12 or R24 will work, because the heart, should be, it's a little bit darker, but that's okay. We can lighten it up here a little bit. I can do this and we can do a little shading with it. R24. Do I have a lighter R? That might be the lightest one I have. I'll grab some Olos. Let's grab my Olos. I don't know how these could be darker, to be honest with you. It is. It's fine. I'm coloring it. It's fine. It's a card. It's perfect because I made it. So if you make a card, just know it's okay. You don't have to be perfect because you made it. I love it. There we go. We got that. We need a green. We're going to go back to this fun green that I already grabbed before. Some fast coloring. And then we'll add some shimmer to it too. And then I think for fun, don't know. Let's try it. We're going to try the blue. Oh, I think that's like the perfect blue. did bleed a little bit, but I've got a clear color that I can fix that with. Awesome. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when I'm concentrating on my coloring, I don't talk because I'm always afraid I'm gonna color outside the lines. So we got that, and then we're gonna add a little bit of shimmer to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Pearl Shimmer Splash and shake that up a little bit. And we're gonna paint our pretty, pretty, pretty heart with it, just to give it some shimmer. And I'm not gonna paint the whole thing. I'm just gonna kind of paint in the heart itself, because then it'll have that shadow layer. Let's make sure I stay on camera. Oh, I guess I got it over a little bit farther. I'm just kind of going, I'm going not quite all the way to the edge, but close. It'll take a second for that to dry, but it'll be nice and shiny. And then we'll go ahead and glue this down. Once again, I'm going to use liquid glue because I'm gluing it down on a medium. And I'm going to stick it right in the center. And then this is one, I think I'm going to go, let's see. This little sentiment stamp has the perfect. I know we're making, like I said, a birthday card, and we'll put birthday on the inside. But these little sentiments fit perfectly on these sentiment strips. So I'm going to show you that. So we're going to grab our Misty, and then we're going to quickly we'll stamp a birthday sentiment on the inside, and we have a birthday card. So here's where I was talking about, you guys, with those negatives. I stamp out, I don't know if I'll find the right one. Here, I'll flip it over because I know I use the other side. Oh, sorry about that. So I stamped them out, and then I used my SVG lock thing, and I just line it up so it's perfectly lined up. I put a little bit of, there's adhesive right there, like removable adhesive, and then I drop the piece in like this, stamp it down, and then I peel it out, and I stamp the next one. And I will tell you that these stamped like a dream. That's why I have so many of them done ahead of time. So I'm going to grab my Misty out here. I'm going to set this up, make sure it's I need to make sure it's, there we go. I'm going to stamp it right in the center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up, and hopefully it's right. I do have like a transparency. I have a little grid thing here that I can put down and stamp. You can use packaging just so you can stamp and see, look, it's perfect in there. So I can stamp it down and I won't mess up my project. You make my day brighter. Penny does. Penny, you make my day brighter. I know I can't see you right now, but I know I made you smile probably. You do make my day brighter every day. And I've got my birthday sentiments in there. And then we'll go ahead and flip this over. And we're going to put a little birthday thing in here. And then, Penny, I'm going to text you and I'm going to mail you this card. If you want it. She'll be like, I'm going to ignore that text. I'm just kidding. You're welcome, Penny. You're the sweetheart. And I am glad to have met you. I'm going to grab a happy birthday out of the inside. This is from Extra Sentimental. And we'll stamp this one down. And I've been using my ink pads, so they're not quite as juicy as, remember, they were juicy the last couple of weeks. So they're getting back to real, being normal instead of super juicy. The only reason they're taking me an extra stamp is because I'm being careful not to push in too much. There we go. So we made a couple of groovy cards based on the reason I say that tongue in cheek is because we were using the Groovy release. So hope you check that out. Like I said, I linked most of what we used. Now, where'd my other card go? We lost it. We lost Christopher's card. There it is. Let's move this stuff out of the way so you can see them. We made 2 fun cards. Let me see if you can see. Can you see that? See that pearl now? Oh, you're welcome, Anne. I was just teasing her because, you know, I just was. So we made 2 cards tonight using the Groovy release to help celebrate our fun birthdays. So I want to wish everyone a happy rest of your week and weekend. We're ending right at 8 o'clock. Well, a second later. I want to wish Penny a happy birthday the day before. And I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I'll probably text you tomorrow anyway. And I will see you guys all next week. Don't forget to check out the sale and freebie for this week. And it's good till Sunday night. So have a great night, you guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Good night.